Good morning. This is Higher Time. My name's Adam Helfman, nationally known home improvement expert. I love saying that. It's so true, though. Jared Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions in studio right now. Welcome back, Jared.
Good morning. Thanks.
You know, let me ask you a question. Do you ever see those water fountains in like a gym or like places that says, put your water bottle under here and
Yep.
it's filtered water?
Yeah.
I'm building a gym for my trainer, and we're putting that in. Is there anything else you recommend for the gym?
Well, a lot of those, just make sure that, there's two ways you can do it. You can either hook it up with just a carbon filter or you can do reverse osmosis. So when you get to that point, let me know.
Are they expensive?
No, they're not bad at all. Handy to have too.
Yeah, I'm having the best time. You know, I don't do a lot of home improvement anymore. I just like to help, assist, and consult so that homeowners and friends who say, hey, Adam, I can't get anyone to show up. Can you help me? You know me, I always like to help people.
Yeah.
But my trainer is like, yeah, I got it. The gym's out. She's outgrowing her little private gym. And she's changed my life. So I'm like, I owe her. I got to help her. So I'm helping facilitate and put together the team to build a new.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And it's going to be like legit benchmark private gym around the area. It's not public, obviously, but there's already like a buzz going around. Like people are calling, hey, is it expensive? Where do we go? I'm like, when it opens, you'll see it because we're all going to blow that up. But my point is she's all about health, nutrition, hard work, and they have that water there. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe we should, because the new gym's going to have showers. It's going to have,
Oh, nice.
it's not going to be bougie, but it's going to be like gym legit, but clean. Because I'm OCD and I demand clean. But the water, should you put the filters on shower heads and stuff, or you don't really need it because you're only in the shower a couple minutes?
No,
I didn't think so. How much water pressure gets lost when you do a filter? Is it a lot or no?
Well, it depends what we're filtering out. No, it really isn't. If you put the right equipment in, you can really minimizing any pressure loss.
Okay. Well, that's cool. I wasn't sure. I always like that. So technology now. There's apps, there's technology in everything we do, even in roofing, which is the last, and you've heard me talk about roofing. There's, the last of the home improvement stuff to adopt new technology in the water treatment softener type business. You got the tank of salt, you got the carbon filter, maybe a rust filter. Is there any like voodoo science or any lights, ionization, electrical, Tesla? Is there any like battery charger or black magic? What do you got?
Really the magic, it's a great question. The magic is right application. A lot of people, especially with people buying stuff offline nowadays, or even an inexperienced water treatment company, applying the wrong filter to the wrong application. So you really got to find out, test the water, see what you're dealing with, and make sure you're applying the right thing.
Okay, and that's what I thought. We're talking with Jared Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions. Well water, city water, doesn't matter. He has the water quality you need, obviously. Free water test and BeauchampWater.com. Also, new location in Fenton. What's the address in Fenton?
19005 Silver Parkway.
And what are the other locations? Heartland.
We've got one over in Waterford at Williams Lake in 59, one in Howell on Grand River next to Bob Maxey, and one in Heartland on Old 23.
Super. So I go to the one in Heartland to meet you, right?
Yep.
I like that one. So my question to you is, you're open on Saturdays, you're busy. If someone has softener, you go to any of those locations and you get salt today because it's cheaper today.
Yep.
How much is it for $6.99?
$6.99 a bag.
For a 40-pound?
For a 40-pound bag of dirt cube.
Do they make 80-pound bags too?
They used to. We don't carry them.
It's too hard to schlep.
It's too heavy. Yeah.
Not if you go to my gym.
My dad had me lugging those around as a kid, 80-pounders. I think I probably weighed 80 pounds myself carrying those 80-pound bags. So
you felt you were tough, like, I got enough bag.
Yeah, I gave up on that. I'm like, we're just going to carry the 40s. They got handles on it. They're easy to carry.
The DuraCube salt, just a question. If you grind it up like salt, like in like a salt shaker, can you put it on your French fries?
If DuraCube salt is one of the clean, yes, you can. It's some of the don't use the red out salt. Use the regular, but yeah, the regular DuraCube salt is some of the cleanest product out there.
So then, if I use that, crush it up, and put it in a little salt shaker.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the food process stuff has got any other different procedures, but I know the cleanliness is.
Well, the iodine or something, right?
Yeah, they may have something
So
in
you're
it
not
that's different.
recommending use
I'm not
salt for your-
recommending it, but I can tell you the cleanliness of it is equivalent. It's a very clean product.
Is there an app? Give me some technology, something to bite into that for water softeners or water quality.
They're coming out with an app to where you can see some of the units out there already have it where you can see exactly the water flow.
Okay. What about the quality? Does it have self-testing at all or no?
Not really. There are some out there, but to be honest with you, what do you call it? You got a term for the gimmicky stuff.
Snake oil?
Yeah, there you go, snake oil. If the probes and stuff like that are not cleaned and maintained, and it's giving you a measurement of how clean your water is, you can't really count on it. So that's why we always tell people do a test, annually with, and all of our test kits are calibrated regularly, and but they do. The only technology I can tell you is the water flow. That's a big one. So if you're gone away and all of a sudden your water's running in your house and you have a leak or something, there's technology that will give you.
Yeah, I love that.
It'll tell you, hey, you got a leak. And if you're down on the beach in Florida and all of a sudden your phone goes off, holy moly, either our dog or the robbers are drinking water while they're here. Otherwise, we got a leak.
Houston, we got a problem.
You got a problem.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the cost and how long it takes to get a water softener for your house. And then we got Denise Mansfield from Mansfield Insurance in studio. We're going to talk about how to reduce loss ratios and prepare your house in case you have a claim. My name's Adam Helfman. Keep it locked in. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. 248-539-9797. Shout out Saturday. And of course, it's Salt Sale Saturday. We have Jared Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions in studio. Welcome back, Jared.
Thanks for having me.
So, Jared, we're talking about technology, apps, and, they said it's coming. But at the end of the day, to get clean water, you just need basic components. You need the water to run through the filter. And then when it runs through the salt, what does the salt do?
Well, actually, the salt it goes through a resin bed. So if you on a softener, it does what we call ion exchange. It just basically pulls out the hardness in iron and puts a small amount of sodium into the water. That's how all water softeners work.
Okay. And then when you shower, you have that silky feeling. Is that hard water or soft water?
That's soft water. Hard water will dry out your skin. So a lot of people that have gone from city water to well water with a water softener, they're like, it feels slimy. I can't get it out. Well, what's going on is your skin's not being dried out.
Okay. And so that's a little side benefit.
Yeah, you can cut back on your soap usage and everything. But
how about my shampoo? Oh, wait, I don't use shampoo. Listen to this. I haven't had hair since 1986. Is that crazy?
You're not making the shampoo companies very happy, are you?
You know what's funny? I still use shampoo.
Out of habit, I would.
Yeah, I just like put it on my head. I'm like, it's kind of weird. Yeah, but that's another creepy side story. Shout out to Diversified Painting in Ann Arbor. What up, boys? Wax on, wax off. Best part of painting and the most important part of painting is the prep, just so you know. So, Jared, is there any future, what's the growth with water softening and clean water? I mean, I think water's the new oil, right? It's the new commodity.
Yeah, it's one of our most precious resources. I think it just continues to grow. The thing I like about the internet, people are more educated today than they ever were. And you know what? Back 20 years ago when people weren't on Google and all that and really not paying attention to what was going on, you'd have a sales guy come out and tell you, oh, you got to treat your water because of this and that. And you kind of had to...
you got children, you're going to poison them.
Yeah, so you had to count on these people being honest with you. We always tell people, hey, we'll come out, we'll test your water, verify what we're telling you, Google the information, get another opinion on it. But it's great. There's a lot of good educated buyers out there that know what they're looking for, and we're happy to help them.
Now, let me ask you a question. In a real estate transaction, and the home inspector comes out and says the water softener is not right, it's plugged, it's this and that, and it becomes a deal breaker for the buyer or the seller. Does anyone ever say, hey, look, we need a water softener put in to sell this house? Do you get that a lot?
Yeah, we run into that. Or there's arsenic in the water or something like that.
And you have devices that'll get rid of the arsenic?
Yeah, we'll go out and we'll check it out. And there's times where we've been able to go out and literally just find out that maybe a valve was in the wrong position and save everyone money and say, you know what, good news.
Oh, even
your
better.
Your deal's not going south. You just had your bypass valve open.
Is there such thing as too clean of water? Can the water ever be too clean?
I don't think so. We do add on purified water. People do. They want to re-add minerals back into the purified water, so we have that option.
Oh, no, that's cool. And then, obviously, the water's too clean. Now, you've heard recently, and you and I've talked about this before, alkaline.
Yeah.
Give everyone the alkaline for your home water spiel.
I've done a lot of research on it. It's pH. It's basically a little higher pH water is basically what it comes down to. And there's a bunch of...
Is that good for you?
You know what? There's a bunch of individual studies done on it. I think it's accurate. I've been drinking a lot of alkaline water, and I feel the difference.
You can.
Yeah. So I'm at this point in time, I'm a big believer. I think there's a lot of stuff out there that supports why it's good. Okay.
Well, so I have an ROI, reverse osmosis, or RO system. Sorry, ROI. Can't help myself, business guy.
Well, hey, it's an ROI too, return on investment, because you're saving all that money.
So, and I love it. And then your guy came recently and added the alkaline.
Yep.
Attachment. Is it a cartridge? What is it? I didn't
yep,
even go
it's
down.
a cartridge.
Okay. And I can tell a slight difference, and I like it.
Yeah.
What is it doing? What did that cartridge do?
Basically, what it's doing is just elevating the pH in the water.
And what pH in the water, does that mean like more magnesium, more sodium, more potassium, more
Oh
iron? Or
boy,
is it
you're going to
adding
test me
minerals?
on the air here now.
Well, you are the king of water.
That's right, not a science. Well, our standard pH, neutral pH, is going to be about 7.4. It's going to take it up to about 8, 9.
So when you buy these bottles, this is pH water, alkaline water. This comes out of your.
That's what it is.
So you save money because those are expensive.
You're going to save a lot because you're buying. Heck, I've seen those
better water than what's in those bottles.
Yeah. Well, and now you're running into the problem with these bottles, microplastics.
Right.
That's the next big thing that's coming around is all these plastics that we're using in these. When you buy bottled water, for all the listeners, if you go out there and you can buy this bottled water that just the bottle's crunching your hand and you can feel how soft they are, try to stay away from those because those are shedding off microplastics and they're right in the water. Try to buy water. If you're going to buy water, buy it out of a good quality water, a bottle, so you're not dealing with those microplastics.
Okay, well, that's a good thing to do. So that's amazing. So what's down the pipe? Like, what's your prediction for the rest of the year water-wise? Are there any like water scares coming? Is there any murmurs about, like besides lead, what's the worst thing that comes in the water? Is there like a plant that runs into the river and then it leaches into the ground and all of a sudden we're all poisoned? I got 11 fingers.
Yeah, I certainly hope not. I try to be a big supporter of the people that are out there trying to watch what's going on with the environment and stuff like that. And I think the people up in Flint, the people at all the municipalities, everyone's working their hardest to make sure, things are going in a better direction. So unfortunately, short of catastrophe, unexpected spill that happens, I mean, that can't be controlled. I think we're on a good path. Just continue to educate yourself, put in the right equipment, protect the water you're drinking. I mean, that's the key.
I like that. 248-539-9797. Jared Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions. Give us a call or give us a text if you have a question for him. If you want to call Beauchamp, it's 810-632-2000. And you can call them. They're open today. They have their new Fenton location. Give them the address for Fenton location again.
Yeah, it's 19005 Silver Parkway. And if you're a listener that just wants to have us come out to your house too, Adam, we'll come out and test your water, evaluate your existing equipment, and just do an evaluation right at your house.
That's even better. Someone just texted in really quick. I received a letter from our city that we no longer need a softener. If we continue to use a softener, are there any negative effects? Why would a city tell a homeowner they don't need a softener?
I'm assuming, I think I know what city she's in. What they're doing, if a lot of these municipalities are putting in more treatment, which will reduce the hardness in the water, but it still will not take it down. If you have a tankless water heater or any of your appliances, they don't want you to have over 7 or 8 grains of hardness. I'm going to guess we had one at the municipality. I saw the letter and everything. And I talked to the plant and the engineers for it, and they're like, no, the letter probably shouldn't have gone out because you're still going to have, I want to say they said 14 to 18 grains of hardness. I might be off on that a little bit, but you're still going to need a water softener. Your water softener will need to be reset because it's not going to have to regenerate as often because the water will be better. What they're doing is they're improving it, but you're still going to need a water softener unless it's under about 7 or 8 grains of hardness.
Interesting. Well, that's good to know. I'm glad that you did that. All right. Well, Jared, thanks for coming in, brother. We have Denise Mansfield from Mansfield Insurance Group coming up next. You can hang out with us. We're going to talk, obviously, insuring your home to make sure you don't have a loss or any kind of home improvement problems. Keep it locked in here, my friends. Coming up next, Denise Mansfield. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Lock it right in. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. You know, we've had a lot of severe weather this year. Climate change. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. We're not going to argue it. However, if you have a mortgage, if you have a house, you have to have homeowners insurance. The insurance is there to protect your house, obviously. Lots of hail damage on houses. Lots of heavy rain, which creates floods in your basement. So we always have to go to the experts, get the way to how to prevent it, how to handle it, how to mitigate it. And so in studio right now is a good friend and an expert, awesome insurance agent, Denise Mansfield from Mansfield Insurance Group. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So since the last time you were here, we've had like 4 or 5 major hailstorms, major floods, high winds. Let's talk about that. What does that do to an insurance company like you?
It keeps us busy.
Correct, right? How crazy busy are you?
Very. The adjusters are swamped.
Right, and they're coming from out of state.
If we call a CAT, we will pull in people and contract them to help just keep
so
the
for everyone out there,
open.
a CAT is a catastrophe,
Yes.
which is like if there's a whole, like hail comes through a whole neighborhood, that's considered a catastrophe, which I would think. So I'm a listener right now, and I'm like, oh, I don't have any problems, and I have insurance, the same guy for 20 years. Let's give some tips to homeowners right now. If you haven't had a loss, what's the best way to prevent it? What's the best way to make sure your peace of mind in your head is, I've got the right insurance? Is that the best? What's a good advice right now, you think?
I mean, good home maintenance is number one. You can't wait for something to happen and then just have insurance fix it, because there's a whole lot that goes into that. You need to make sure your gutters are cleaned out. You've got to maintain, your sidewalk. You got to keep your, the grouting filled so you don't have water runoffs. You have to make sure that you're doing what you need to do to protect your house.
Responsibility of homeowners.
Yes.
That's important.
It is.
And so, is there anything else a homeowner, let's say they do all that, but is there anything else a homeowner should be doing like in their basement? I've got, I got stuff from high school. I got, valuables. I got stuff that I don't want to throw away that I should have. Junk. Is there a way to protect myself from that getting ruined, or should I take pictures of it all just to have it documented?
I mean, battery backups are important. Whole house generators are great in case you lose power to keep that sump pump running. Keeping things up in Rubbermaid containers and up on a riser of some kind, and then addressing what kind of coverage you have on your policy, because without adequate coverage, you don't have coverage. It's actually an endorsement you have to add.
So let's give homeowners some homework today to do after they hear you. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna partner with you on this. So I'm going to say, all right, guys, homeowners, friends, go in your basement right now. We're going to use basement as an example because basement's susceptible for flooding. Power goes out and you have a sump pump doesn't work. So here's what I'm going to tell you to do today. And then Denise, you'll piggyback. Number one, go in your basement after the show and take pictures of every aspect of your basement. Take those pictures, email them to yourself. In the subject line, put the date, August, 5th, 2023, photographs of my basement. And the reason I say that, and Denise, tell me if I'm giving good advice at all, is I have a flood and everything is ruined. Now the insurance company comes and says, okay, we need a list of all your items. And you're like, what? The guys who came for the flood ripped them out and threw them away. How do I get compensated? Am I giving good advice right now?
So having an inventory is always great. And then we always tell homeowners, and usually the mitigation companies know, you can't throw anything away until everything's documented. So even if you're down there and you have water and you're trying to, you're panicking, and before somebody gets there and you just start putting stuff out to the street, you really don't want to do that. You need to document what you're getting rid of. Bigger than that, not all companies offer personal property for water backup.
Contents.
Some companies have limited water backup, which means you're only getting restoration. You're not getting replacement of property. And a lot of people don't know that. They're like, I've got $50,000. I'll be fine. Nope. It's only for water extraction, mold remediation, drying out walls, not property replacement. So that's something to be aware of.
So let's break that down for the listeners right now. If you're a homeowner and you say, okay, I'm going to document my basement, that's good advice, but you have an insurance agent that's the same person. And this is why I say it's the same person that you're friends with, family member, whatever, for years. A lot of times it's just the renewal and they just go through it. What I'm saying is, Denise, you should call her because I want Denise to take a look at your policy and say, hey, you've got all these things in your basement and your coverage is capped. You need to now have a rider or additional? What is the right term?
Yeah, you need to have the right endorsement at the right coverage amount to adequately replace what you have in your basement. And people are always like, well, just Christmas decorations. But you might have a furnace. What happens if that gets compromised? What happens if your hot water tank gets compromised? So it's also the mechanics in your basement, which a lot of people don't consider.
Okay, and so that's why it's important to have you. Could we call it like they'll do an insurance checkup?
Absolutely. And
tune-up?
sometimes you're actually all set. And I have no problem telling you that. But it's worth a look.
Yeah. Well, for anyone out there, Denise Mansfield from the Mansfield Insurance Group, your Farm Bureau.
Yes.
Literally the people that I know that deal with her give her beyond. If it's 5 stars, she gets 20 stars. Like they're all like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Thank you. She saved me money. She handled this. She followed through. It's like the benchmark of good insurance for your home. So if you're worried or you have a situation, you want to just double check or you really need new insurance, give her a call. What's the best way to people get a hold of you?
586-522-4427.
Or is there a website?
Not an actual website.
Facebook page?
Yeah, Facebook page.
It's easier.
Yeah,
Same thing.
yeah.
Mansfield
Insurance Group.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Or you just go to Hire It Done. We'll give you the information. So that's good to know, Denise. So like when power goes out and I get a battery backup sump pump or I have a generator, standby generator outside, am I entitled to a discount or am I entitled to like better insurance? What's that?
Yeah,
what does
with
that do
us,
for
you're going to
me?
get a discount.
You do?
Yeah, because you're taking preactive measures to mitigate potential loss.
Okay, well, that's even better.
Yeah.
So people need to do that.
Yeah.
So what are the things you look for to give a better price or discount on insurance? Obviously, battery backup sump, a standby generator, smoke detectors everywhere, or egress windows. What else is there?
Yeah, smoke detectors, deadbolts, reporting to fire and police for, your alarm systems, new roofs. All of those kinds of things will help offer you some savings on insurance.
Okay. Now, insurance is getting more and more expensive?
Yeah.
It's never cheaper.
Society demands bigger, greater, better. And when we do that, we have to pay to replace bigger, greater, better. And so that's unfortunately just the sign of the times. We see that big time in the auto industry. You can't just go get a bumper. Those bumpers are like computer programs. You can't just have a windshield replace it. Reports to like 11 things in your car now. So we're demanding that as a society. And so the people that have to replace those things have to respond accordingly.
That's interesting. So right now, we've got, hail damage recently,
Yeah.
right? And how does a homeowner know if they have hail or not? They call, let's say I'm insured by you, Farm Bureau, and I call you up and say, you know what? I heard like someone playing the drums on my house during that hailstorm.
Yeah.
And I look at the siding. There's a few pieces that have some dents, but I can't get up on my roof. I don't want to, what do we do?
You made a great point. Hail's not going to just affect your roof. If you have significant hail damage, you're going to see it on soffits, on downspouts, on siding, and things like that. If you're not sure and you don't have any active leaks, you could call us out to have a look. But a good roof that's good, properly maintained, can withstand multiple hailstorms. It's really oftentimes the roof that's on its very last leg that just can't withstand anymore. And that's the one that ends up having the
I have a very close friend who's also a roofer, and his name is Adam. You know Adam Taggett.
Mm-hmm.
So he does roof inspections for a couple insurance companies, and he had recently come to my house because I, wanted him to get up on the roof, and because I have like 11 skylights, and I'm so fearful that they're going to start leaking, and so he comes and meets me there, and he was telling me how he does the roof inspections for you guys. Very, very interesting and very informative. All right, we're going to take a quick break, my friends. We're going to talk how to insure your home, things to look out for, how to save money with the expert, Denise Mansfield from Mansfield Insurance Group. This is Hire It Done. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. We have Denise Mansfield from the Mansfield Insurance Group in studio. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
So, have you seen, how long have you been doing insurance?
13 years.
So in the 13 years you've been doing it, have you seen the climate change, or is it a cycle, like some good years, some bad years?
Yeah, it's up and down.
It is?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, because, I try to do the research on climate change, and literally 1 week, I'm like, there's nothing here. And then the next week, I'm like, well, maybe there is.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm being programmed or I'm getting all this fake news. I don't know, because I'm an adult. I use common sense. I happen to have a little bit of knowledge when it comes to that stuff, but I don't want to go either way. I don't want to even get in the debate. But when you insure your house and there's extreme weather, that's why you're insuring your house, to protect you from that.
Yep, the big accident and sudden things. I mean, really, that's the purpose of insurance.
Yeah, and that's what I figured. So Denise, what are some of the claims you're getting right now from the weather? Is it roofing? Is it siding? Is it flooding, or a combo?
It's a combo. It's hail damage. It's I don't know if I have damage. It's I'm missing 3 shingles to there's a hole in my roof from a tree.
Okay, so you got all that.
Yeah.
So if I don't know if I have a claim, do I get in trouble if I call you and say, hey, because there's there's an 800 number that you're supposed to call to get the claim number? Or
you call our office and we actually warm direct you, but that's us. So.
Okay, so that's why you have better service. So I call your office and I said, I'm not sure if I have a claim or not. I heard all this, tapping on my roof.
Yeah.
What do you do? What's the next steps? What do? You get a claim number? Or
yeah,
not?
so I help the client get 2 claims, file the claim, and then we will send an adjuster to do a review. The nice thing about us is that if it ends up not being a claim or it makes sense for them to pay any damage out of pocket, we just withdraw the claim and we don't penalize the client. It doesn't hang out there. Some of my competitors, the moment you file a claim, even if there's no payout, it will actually look like a claim and you can get a surcharge for it.
Really?
Yeah, even if nothing's paid out.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
I was always wondering about that because, do you do auto?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let me just tell you what I did really quick. I was pulling into a building supply place, and they were doing construction on Mound Road. And they were running a pipe across the entrance, and then they put a plastic ramp over it. And my car, sedan, is low to the ground. And so I went up to it, and I looked at it, and I looked at the guy, and he just waved me over it. So I went really slow, and as soon as I went up, and it just ripped the whole bottom of my car out, like literally. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I just parked, and I said to the guy, look, dude, you just, my front fender, the rear valance, everything's hanging, And he's like, oh my God, we're so sorry. And then his boss came and got his card. They were really nice. The guy's like, I knew this was going to happen. I'm like, you knew and you did it? So I took pictures, and then I called him because I didn't call my insurance company yet. I called him. I said, look, he goes, just send me pictures. We'll take care of it. So then I called him. I says, well, you have to go to our bump shop, and I ain't going to his. I'm going to Ronnie Carmo, my guy, right? Because I know his quality. I'm not going to let someone give me some Kmart parts. So do I make a claim, and even though it's their fault, and they gave me their card, do I get dinged and they go after his insurance?
Well, depends on how this all works. So technically, that'd be an at-fault accident for you if you filed it with your own. You created a situation.
Even when the guy waved me through?
Yes.
Oy.
So, however, if he's going to take care of it out of insurance, then you don't have to worry about it. But what could have happened is your insurance could have taken care of you and indemnified you as a client, and then they could have subrogated back to the at-fault party to get recoupment. But best case scenario in this is to let them take care of everything, leave your insurance completely out of it.
Okay, so he says to me, well, get a price. Because a car's leaking oil right now. I went to my guy, and he's like, the oil pan got dented.
Yeah.
He goes, he said, I fixed it really quick, but you can't keep driving like this.
Your guy will probably give you a better deal because he's your guy, which will help that guy out, have it done, leave insurance out of it. Because you can leave insurance out of it.
Yeah, but I don't know if this is going to slow down the process. I need a car. My insurance for my thing gives me a rental car.
Yeah.
It's bougie, and, they'll put me at the Townsend
You don't
Hotel.
want an at-fault accident.
So I'm an at-fault accident. Even if I say the car I drove over. What if I'm in the parking lot and someone smashes into my car and I didn't know it and I pull up?
Totally different.
So I got to make sure their insurance company knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would definitely let
at-fault.
them take care of it.
All right.
for
So
you.
now it's going to slow things down. Anyone got a car I can borrow? It's going to be expensive to fix my car too. Really. All right. Well, we'll figure it out. You're the best advice, Denise. You really are. Okay. So what this time of year? What's popular for people getting homeowners? Is there like an annual renewal, or is it every time you buy a house you just got to get insured?
I mean, I think that the weather, talk of the town, talking to your neighbor, hearing stories, horror stories of things that went good or bad with other people,
Sure.
those should trigger. I probably need to pull that out. I really don't know what I have. I need a good review.
That's very smart. We're talking with Denise Mansfield Insurance Group. Denise, what do you do better than everyone else out in the insurance industry?
Everything.
There you go. With confidence, she said it. I wish you guys could see her in the studio. Oh, we're on Facebook Live. I'm gonna say this. I know she does because literally the people, she doesn't even know some of the people I know that use her. They're like, oh my, everyone has the same thing. Their face lights up. And they're like, oh, she's the best. She saved me money. She reviews it. They're communicative. Everything you want, you get. If someone has another insurance agent or company they're using, no problems. What do you give them any advice, or have you just review it?
Oh, absolutely. We'll review it all. And if we're not competitive, I will help you fix your policy. These A, B, and C, you need to talk to your agent, have them adjust. I see a little bit of gap, have them fix that, and you should be all set. We don't have to write all business. I just want people to have good insurance and understand what they have.
And that's important. So you take an educational approach.
Absolutely.
That's the best way to do it. That's what, by the way, what is your opinion of the roof resource? Because I know they've sent you and you've sent them business before they exploded into the scene.
Yeah.
You must now see a lot of that. What are you hearing?
Well, I appreciate the roof resource and their team twofold. One, by being a resource for a good economic choice for home maintenance to get that roof fixed so you don't have to file the claim.
Better.
And then on the latter, they're affordable and they're prompt, and we trust them from an insurance perspective if there is an insurance claim. So I'm very pleased on both sides.
And it saves homeowners money.
It does.
Well,
And the
that's-
insurance company.
Well, yeah. But the homeowners can choose anyone they want.
They sure can.
So
Licensed and insured, they can choose anyone they want.
Right. Well, that's the key. And I'm glad that you said that, because when a homeowner buys a house, they have to get homeowners insurance. Do you guys have a situation where the insurance company inspects the house and says, "Oh, we won't insure this until you get a roof, or you better get a roof in the next year"? Does that happen?
Absolutely. I mean, the roof is the skin of the house. It protects everything. So that could be
biggest.
a deal breaker. I mean, a real estate agent can show you the house and a lender can get you a mortgage, but you may not be able to insure it.
So that's where the roof resource also helps, because it's
Yes.
like a new roof is 20 grand, or it could be 10 grand.
Yeah.
Same quality, same material.
Absolutely.
Saving everyone money. I like that. The only reason why I asked it, because I know previous, when we first started talking about it, you were in on the beginning.
Yeah.
And you helped Mike and he's helped you, and it's been a good relationship.
It
And I
has.
only hear great things.
Yeah.
So, which is good. So, we're going into fall. Fall already, I know. Any advice for homeowners, what to do, or, anything, messages you want to get out for this?
I mean, keep those gutters clean. If you don't have those gutter
Protection.
at
cost.
you absolutely need to clean those gutters out. I encourage people to go outside when it's raining and walk around the perimeter of your house and see how that water runs out, because that's a big deal. Basically the biggest thing is keep those gutters clean.
Right, because if your gutters are backed up and they're plugged, water will work its way back into the roof. It'll work its down the foundation. It'll look at Glenn Hagee. Remember him?
No.
Okay, Glenn Hagee was a radio host on Home Improvement.
Okay.
Ask the Handyman, and he had a great saying: "Water always wins." That's why we have a Grand Canyon. In your house, water always wins.
Yeah.
It'll get down into the foundation. It'll get down into your house. It'll back up. It'll figure out a way, even through your roof.
It's like an ant. There's never just one ant. There's never just one little wet spot.
Right? Interesting. It's true though.
Yeah.
It's true. So, that's important. So if anyone is looking to get new homeowners insurance, or you're not sure you have the right coverage, I would give Denise a call. It's not going to cost you anything. It's Mansfield Insurance Group. Find them on Facebook. What's the number if people want to call?
586-522-4427.
That's easy advice, friends, and the best price free, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to do it. I like that. So, in Michigan, because we're not in the coastal areas, what are some of the trends you're seeing in insurance? Is it just trying to, the insurance companies are trying to carve out hail damage, or they're trying to reduce it, or what?
I mean, every section of the United States has different perils that they have to worry about. We don't have some of the, the wildfires or the big storms, and not even really the tornadoes, although we have dabbled in that a little bit more recently. So our storm situation is
less than that.
But still, very upsetting when a family has damage. So just having the right coverage,
Perfect.
having someone you can call to help. It's
Denise Mansfield Insurance Group. Thanks for coming on.
Thank
You're
you
the
for having
best.
me.
We got to get you back for the fall soon.
Yes.
My name's Adam Helfman. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Have an awesome weekend. I'll see you next week.